Welcome to Beyond the Velvet Rope with Neal Oates Jr., the podcast that takes you on an extraordinary journey into the world of luxury service. Join us as we unlock the secrets, stories, and strategies behind exceptional experiences. From anticipating VIP needs to crafting unforgettable memories, we'll guide you on a path to service excellence in the realm of the affluent. Let's elevate your expertise and redefine the art of world-renowned service. Here's your host, Neal Oates Jr.
What's up, world-renowned family? We are back for another episode of Beyond the Velvet Rope as we talk about some of those skills, some of those behaviors that are going to land you the opportunities to work with some of the world's most affluent clientele. Now, it does not matter the industry or your background that you have. What matters is learning the skills, filling your toolbox with the right tools, and then the consistency in which you deliver. So I have lots of notes here on my desk here in my home office. But as I'm going through my notes, what I find is that there is a recurring theme. Those that are most successful in any industry, those who are the pioneers, who lead the way in their craft, have a few things in common. And we're going to share that in a few minutes here today. So whatever you're doing, I'm going to encourage you to stop doing that, to lock in and just pay attention, because this is what's going to help you, like it has so many of us, get to that top 1% in your marketplace. Now, we hear those top 1%ers and we say, well, is it possible? Yes. But is it possible for us? Is it possible for you to join the ranks of the elite few, to leave the mediocre many that are in the masses? And I just want to encourage you, yes, it is. And so here's what we are going to look at today: authenticity, mindset, and then the advertisement. Authenticity, mindset, and then the advertisement, along with some additional bonus tips. So the first thing that I want to encourage you to do is the thing that I had to learn, and that is to be authentic. Now, who you are is the most important part of your ability to rise to the top. Now, some of you might hear that and say, well, Neal, one, I don't like who I am. Who I am is not enough. Two, I don't know who I am. Well, I would say we first must come to know who we are, know who you are, and then you must embrace who you are. Figure out what pieces of you need to accentuate in your authenticity. What part might need to be tweaked just a little bit or put on the back burner when you're in these different environments. I know for me, I've had to come to terms with my complexion, my skin color, my race, my ethnicity as I play in this realm of the affluent. And I've had to embrace the fact that I'm from Alabama, that the way I speak is a little bit different than my marketplace in the luxury realm here in South Florida. But what I found is that when I am fully Neal and I am not trying to be someone else, that I win. So be authentic. Show up as you every day. So in that, we have two pieces of information. The first one is to show up as you. Right? There is no one else who is as good at being you as you are. We have to remember that. We have to embrace it. We have to live that out, but then show up as you every day. And in that lies a requirement of consistency. Are you willing to show up as yourself daily when you're tired, when you're frustrated, when you are not getting the results that you want, when your prospects are not picking up the phone, when they are declining your services or your product offerings? If you are, you're well on your way, because here's why authenticity is so important. Because authenticity is going to build trust and credibility. And that's going to be the foundation that we build our empire on. That's going to be that first rung of the ladder that's going to help us achieve or to arrive in that top 1%. So before we go any further, let's do an authenticity audit. How real are you? I know that we hear now from, I have a 16-year-old son, we hear keeping it 100, or now they're saying keeping it 1,000. Wow. And so I want to ask, are you authentic? Are you being your genuine self? Because the affluent, they can sniff out a fraud. They can have their BS meter, bull stuff meter, finely tuned, and they can sniff out that fraud. So we know that we want to be authentic. That is a requirement. Secondly, the mindset that you have matters. It matters more than almost anything else that we're going to consider, because after being authentic, how you think, what you believe is possible for you is going to impact everything that you do. In fact, I have here in the studio with me, but then also everywhere that I go, I keep my mindset checklist. These are my 26 affirmations, just because I need to be reminded what my mindset should be, how I must operate, the things that I need to tell myself. I am a child of the Most High God. I am more than a conqueror. Heaven and earth align for opportunities to find me. I can do all things through Christ. I am a world-renowned author, speaker, and elite broker. Why do I do this daily, numerous times every day? Because I know that my mindset matters. And then have a clear understanding why you're doing what you're doing. Whatever industry you're in, as you're trying to reach the top, maybe working with affluent sellers or buyers or attorneys, whatever it is, having an affluent base is going to require you to remember, why did you get in this thing? Because if you got in for the wrong reason, a lot of times our mind is going to tell us, well, it's really not that important. I was a guest on a podcast just a couple of days ago, and one of my colleagues that was on the show with me, she made a statement, and this has to go with mindset. She said, "This is not a hobby, it's my life mission." So the way that she approaches everything is different, because she does not address it with the mindset of a hobby, that is okay if it fails, that I'm just here to have fun. This is my life mission, which means that she's going to pour everything she has into that thing. And so that's what I want to remind you, that when you have the right mindset, it's going to impact how you show up on a daily basis, how authentic you are. Your mindset is going to determine the quality, the level, and the size of the goals that you set for yourself. It's also going to be important in how you show up daily, how you interact with those. Do you believe that you are an asset to those who should and could work with you? Or are you saying, I think I'm okay, but I don't know if I'm the best? So your mindset really matters. And then finally, or next, be your own best advertisement. If you want people to work with you, to hire you, to use your products or services, you must be your own advertisement. First, that means that you must buy what you're selling. If you are in a service industry, is your service so good that you would purchase it for yourself? If not, we must start asking questions. I know that some of our real estate agents, our attorneys, our title people, some of you who offer other professional services, whether it is caring for or taking care of homes or rearing children, such as that, you have to ask, am I delivering the quality of service that I would hire, that I would be thrilled at? So oftentimes the answer might be no. Let today be the last day that you answer no. And so then as we are our own best advertisement, we must promote ourselves, and without shame. So shameless promotion, absolutely. You all, if you are watching the video version of this podcast right now, you'll see that I have my logo here. Why? Because I want people to see this logo and believe in me. I want them to ask questions. So whether it's on my clothes, or it's on my coffee mug, or my hat, or my golf bag, you all get the idea. right? So we want to be consistent in our self-promotion. If you are doing something, people should be able to recognize who you are and what your brand, your company, your service is, because we want to promote us. In real estate, we have this saying that secret agents don't get paid unless their last name is Bond, right? And so if you're in real estate and your last name is Bond, I might coin the phrase the not so secret agent, right? Something like that. You can take that if your last name is Bond. If you're in real estate, you don't even have to pay me. Just comment on the video. So after we are authentic and we know that mindset matters and that we are our own best advertisement, here's where we're going to really take it up a notch to join that 1%, especially in the world of the affluent. We want to focus on referrals. We want to have our clients, customers refer us to their friends. We want to use the law of familiarity to our advantage, not take advantage of people, but use the law of familiarity to our advantage. When people are familiar with us, could they get too comfortable? Yes. But we also want to leverage those relationships, leverage that experience, and focus on referrals. So in anything that we're doing, when we're looking to move into that top 1%, here's what's important. There are 4 keys that we will share in another episode, or we'll go in depth in another episode. But those are lead generation, lead conversion, client ascension, and then client retention. And by retention, we also mean that we want to keep them, but we want to multiply them. Because here's what we know. Everyone can get hired to do the job once, but was the experience, was the service so good that not only they would hire you, but they would take their reputation and put it in someone else's hands by referring you. If you can get referral business, it's only going to be a matter of time before you elevate yourself to the top. On the other side, ladies and gentlemen, if you are not receiving referrals, there is a reason. And the unspoken reason is, I don't think you're good enough for me to put my reputation on the line by telling someone else about you. That's as simple as that. So if we are going to elevate, if we're going to join the ranks of that top 1%, if we're going to want to be a 1%er, and as Earl Nightingale said, lead the field, we must be authentic, understand that mindset matters, be our own best advertisement, and then we want to focus on referrals. So that's just this quick episode today, hoping you find it valuable. If you did, be sure to like, comment. Hopefully you're already subscribed, but more importantly, share this with someone that you believe would benefit, whose life would be better, whose business would be better as they go from the mediocre many and join the ranks of the elite few beyond the velvet rope. Remember, I love you, God loves you, and there's nothing you can do about it. And until the next time I see you or you see me, don't be average, be world renowned. Peace.